This is what you need to stop starting over. You know what I'm talking about. You start something like a diet, you fall off the wagon, you start over, you fall off the wagon, you start over again, you fall again, and you feel shame and you feel guilt and you go through that spiral. Well, guess what? This is what the problem is, and this is how you're going to be able to finally stop. This is not a bunch of self-help BS talk. This is not some kind of a weird meal plan. This is not a trick or a berry that grows on some mountain somewhere around the world. This is understanding you, your brain, and why you keep falling and having to start over. But now, once we understand this, we can finally fix it. If you understand what I'm about to talk with you about, you will stop letting a single meal or a single imperfection or any of these things that you may be struggling with actually derail your plan, and you will finally be able to stick with this long term. Whatever that is, whether it's keto, carnivore, starting a business, it's not just about your body and your diet. There's a lot of things that this actually affects, and I'm going to give you some information that's going to give you the power to actually turn it around. Here's the truth. People do not quit after a single mistake in whatever they're doing. They actually quit after they have decided that that mistake means they failed. And that's the problem that we need to fix. We decide we're going to do keto, we're going to do carnivore, we're going to start this business, we're going to change this habit, we're going to walk every day. Whatever the thing is we have made the decision to do, we start. And we tell ourselves this time, I'm going all in. No exceptions, no breaking down, no slip-ups, no falling off the wagon. I'm really going to do it this time. And the problem is life shows up. We are tempted at a birthday party to have a cheat meal. We don't feel like getting out of bed and going walking that morning. We see some veggies and we're trying to stick to a strict carnivore way of eating so that we can hopefully heal some things as an elimination diet, and we really want to give in. So something happens. You eat something that you weren't supposed to. You don't go ahead and get in the exercise you should. Something changes the perfect goal you had set. Now pay attention, because this is the moment that changes everything that you and myself and a bunch of people out there have all struggled with and may still continue to struggle with. The story that this creates in our minds is no longer I made a mistake. What our brain starts to tell us, and this is true for me as well, is not I made a mistake. It starts telling us I blew it. And here's the thing. Those are not the same thing, and we have to stop pretending that they are. One of them, I made this mistake, describes what you did. The other one, I blew it. Well, that's a commentary on who you think you are. And that's where you and me, that's where we lose. Here's the thing, I'm not just making something up here. Psychologists have actually been studying this for decades. In fact, they gave it a name so that we could discuss it and understand what's going on. This is called the abstinence violation effect. Now, that's a fancy name, but really it's a simple idea that even a redneck guitar player in Nashville who cooks on YouTube could understand. What research is consistently showing in these kinds of studies is that people that look at a single mistake like that as I blew it or completely violating their abstinence of whatever they were supposed to be abstaining from, they are much more likely to quit than the people who say, I made a mistake, and they just move on and forget about it. I want you to play through what I just said again in your head. Research consistently shows when people see one slip up as proof that they failed, they are much more likely to quit than those people that see a single mistake, they forget about it, and they move on. What this means for you and me is the meal that they should not have eaten did not make them quit. The skipping walking in the morning or skipping the gym or whatever decision you made about a new business or whatever is not the thing that makes you quit. The meaning that we give to that decision and saying I blew it and the commentary on us not being good enough, that is what makes us quit. Now, this is a huge revelation. It was for me, and it will be for you if you've never heard of this, because that means the game that we're playing is not about willpower and discipline. The main problem that you have been fighting against is the story that you are telling yourself. Willpower is not your problem. What you think of yourself is. And here's the thing, this actually gets even better. Researchers have another much less scientific name for this, and it's called the what the hell effect. And honestly, I think that's probably the most accurate name that I have ever heard in psychology. Basically, it is you going, well, I already messed up, so what the hell? Throw it out the window. I'll start after Monday. I'll start after my vacation. I'll start after my trip. I'll start after the holidays are over. Does this sound familiar to you? Because it really sounds familiar to me when I think back about myself over the years. And the truth is, one bad meal or one not working out morning or whatever, that didn't need to turn into a bad month or a bad decades long binge issue for me. And it doesn't need to turn into that for you either. Our brains made a connection that doesn't have to exist. So now we're going to break it, and we're finally going to change. Now, the truth is, this is where the low carb community, honestly, has a little bit of a blind spot. And that's why I talk about this as much as I do on my channel. We've gotten really good at teaching perfection and analyzing on a granular level all of the data to say, well, what's the perfect keto diet? What's the perfect carnivore diet? And I get it that that's interesting information. We've gotten really good at telling people based on that information what their version of keto and carnivore has to look like because it should be perfect. We've gotten really good at explaining every ingredient, every oxalate, every good choice, every bad choice, every safe food, not safe food, every single thing that we can possibly dissect. But there's only one thing that should be involved in all of that that we still have not figured out. And that is teaching recovery to the people who are struggling with this the most. Think about somebody who is just getting started. They are trying to quit drinking soda. They're cooking at home. They've lost 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. They're feeling better. Their blood sugar is starting to improve. They're getting excited about this. This is how I felt when I first started. I got excited about this stuff. Then somebody points out the seasoning on their steak, the sweeteners that they're drinking, the one ingredient that isn't perfect in what they do. Now, is that information wrong? No, that's not wrong. But if that's the very first thing that they hear in the midst of their excitement over this new hope that they have found, they stop seeing how far they've come, and the only thing they start to see is how far they have to go. People do not need lower standards, that's not what I'm saying, but they do need better coaching. We should be teaching excellence and the strong-minded knowing about our diet in this community. Yes, absolutely, we should teach that. But we need to teach recovery too. And we need to have some understanding and some care and some empathy for those people who are where we once were. Because recovery in the presence of care and understanding, well, that's where real recovery actually starts. And that's what keeps people moving towards the excellence that we hope for them to achieve. So if you're still struggling, this is your simple rule that is going to help you recover from this, and it is not some weird thing from a self-help book or some magic meal plan that if you just carnivore harder, you're going to get there. It's not that. Stop starting over. Seriously, stop starting over. That's the rule. Stop starting over. Never start over again. Just continue. Did you eat something at breakfast you shouldn't have eaten? Great. Fix it at lunch. Your lunch wasn't very good? Okay. Make a great dinner. Yesterday was a train wreck. I've been there. Today, we do it right. Because today is not yesterday. Healthy people do not restart. They recover day by day. That's the difference. Not fewer mistakes, not some level of perfection that you have not figured out yet how to obtain, just faster recovery from the mistakes that we all make because we're human. Now, if you're looking for a place where you can get that kind of support, where people are there for you in your corner and they're not going to judge you because of the lack of perfection, because we realize that we're not actually perfect, come join my private community called The Band. I'm going to link it in the description down below. We do a bunch of private content. We have health coaches and some medical information from Clear Path Medical with Amanda Decker. There's a bunch of cool stuff. And more important than anything, it's a whole community full of people who themselves are working to learn to stop starting over, and they support each other, even on the days where we don't do it perfectly. Visit that link in the description and Let us support you on this journey. Now, if you've been doing this for years, there's something you need to remember as well. Remember what it felt like when you started. Remember asking beginner questions. Remember not knowing this information, not having these things that you could just recall out of your memory at a moment's notice. Remember making mistakes and trying to figure this out and trying to work your way through this and not doing everything perfectly. Somebody somewhere gave you room to learn, because that's what human experience is. So please do me and the rest of the world a huge service and be that person for somebody else. Correct people kindly when it helps them. Teach people, encourage people, support people who are struggling, but do not make their perfection the price they have to pay to feel like they belong. Because every single one of us is a bad day or a bad week or a bad month or a bad year away from needing the grace that we are so tempted to withhold from everybody else. If you remember one thing from this video, I really want it to be this. A mistake is an event in your life. Failure is a story. Don't confuse the two, because one meal does not erase the progress you have made to this point. One vacation does not erase it. One birthday party does not erase it. Your next decision has always mattered more than the last one that you made. So stop waiting for Monday. Stop waiting for next month. Stop waiting until you can be perfect. Just make the next decision a little better than the last one. If you do that often enough, you will wake up one day and you will realize something really important, just like I did. You did not need another restart. You just needed to stop starting over.